Hello, ladies. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, viewers and YouTube friends. This is Palm Springs Cindy saying, I'm home. I'm on my couch. It feels so good to be home and to be in a quiet home. I am holding my camera once again because I don't have my tripod, but that's okay. So, I want to I want to talk a little bit now that I have the freedom to talk about uh, skilled nursing facilities, what I've learned, and kind of the basics, skilled nursing facilities for dummies, if you will. Okay, here's the deal. When I have three major complaints about the nursing home, and it has nothing to do with the employees. The employees are wonderful. My concerns, aka complaints, have to do with the system. There's a systematic problem and I'm going to talk about it so that it won't, so that when and if you have a loved one that needs to go into a skilled nursing facility, that you will be able to navigate through what it took me a while to navigate through. I don't know how my lighting is in here, but I'm just going to do the best I can. So, number one, the first thing I want to say about if a loved one go into a nursing facility, surrender to it. I fought it because I was like, "Who are you? And what are you doing here? And what do you want from me? What do you're gonna take my temperature? Someone just took my temperature. Why are you taking my temperature again? And what pill is this? And how do you know? And this doesn't look like the same one I take when I'm at home. And are you sure I'm supposed to have a pillow under my leg? I don't think I am." And I was questioning everything. Um everything was so unfamiliar that I was frightened. I was questioning. I was second guessing every little thing that happened to me. Am I supposed to eat this? Is this my tray? It was like, what do I use for toilet paper? I mean, it was like I was a crazy woman. So then after like 3 or 4 days, things began to settle down, and I began to see the routine of the process, the routines, the people that worked there and that were in charge of me. Their faces began to be familiar to me. Their style and their approach began to be familiar to me. And so I could relax a little bit. I and this kind of leads me into some of the systemic problems that I want to share with you. Okay, number one, I did not know this. This is the way it works in Palm Springs, evidently, or with Medicare. All right, I was in the hospital. I had surgery at Eisenhower Hospital, and that is a huge world-class medical facility. So I had my knee surgery. I spent one night in the hospital. I spent the entire next day at the hospital. It wasn't until 10 o'clock the following day that I was transported to the Manor Care nursing facility where I stayed for almost a week and a half. Okay. Now, upon arrival at 10 o'clock at night to Manor Care, after having had surgery about 24 hours prior, I did not get none of my medication or orders followed me from Eisenhower to Manor Care. It was as if I just walked in off the street and checked myself into Manor Care. They knew nothing about me, basically. So while I was in bed asking for my pain pill, asking for my regular medicine that I take, I was denied it because this is the process. I arrive, I get checked into Manor Care. They have to call my doctor, the doctor who did surgery on me, and they have to get a list from my doctor of all the medications that he wants me to have. Then they have to call the pharmacy, and well, by this time it's 10:30 at night. What pharmacy is open? So then they have to call the pharmacy to see if the pharmacy has those medications. If they do, then the pharmacy either comes out to Manor Care, or Manor Care sends. No, I think they come out to Manor Care, because I was told that the nurse has the key to open the door to let the pharmacy people in so that I can get my medication. Well, that did not happen for over a day. So I had no pain medication, I had no stool softener, I had no penicillin, anything that I had been prescribed, I was unable to take for over 24 hours because of this process, which really upset me because I was in pain. I needed to go to sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was in so much pain. And there's no reason for that. That's just a stupid procedure that's in place that does not do well for the patient. Once It wasn't until almost 2 days that I got all of my meds. Once my meds were at Manor Care, then they were dispersed to me like every 4 hours, or however the doctor had it set up. So I'm just saying that if you ever go to a skilled nursing facility, be straight from the hospital. Even though the hospital, Eisenhower, sent me with a folder full of receipts and paperwork and permission slips I'd given them, and they sent me with a list of medications that I had been on at the hospital that were approved and whatever. But they don't that does not automatically translate to Manor Care. Manor Care has to start all over again. Plus, when I got to Manor Care, I gave them probably 4 prescriptions that I had left over from the other nursing facility I was in Indio, because I brought my meds thinking I'll turn them over to this facility and then they'll have them to continue giving to me. Well, when I got there, they want you to turn over all your medication anyway because they do disperse it. So I did. Well, today when I left, they're supposed to give that back to me. Well, they didn't, and they couldn't find it. So I don't like that. And I couldn't understand if I had given them my medication that I was taking, handed it to them, and then they say back to me, we can't give you any medication till we've spoken to your doctor, till we see if the pharmacy has it, till we get it from the pharmacy, which took over a day, like almost 2 days. So, and I was like, I just gave you my medication. I handed over all my meds. And they were like, well, we can't use that. We'll give that back to you when you leave. So it's just a crazy system, and it does not behoove the patient's health. So that made me mad. But once that was over and I was on my regular medication schedule and the people started looking familiar to me and I started getting a handle on the routines of the day, what time breakfast was served, what time lunch is served, what time dinner is served, what who the nurses are, because it's all color coded. The dark blues are the OPs, and the occupational are the therapists. The light blues are the certified nursing assistants. The reds are the custodians, or whatever. It's all color coded, and they wear that color uniform. So, and also then, okay, here's the second thing that I'm concerned about, and you guys should be concerned about too. Another problem with the nursing facilities is every time there is I can't think of it, but like those people are signing out, their job for the day is over, a shift change. Every time there is a shift change, then the nurse that is leaving reviews with the incoming nurse the patients that they're in charge of. So they stand outside your door and they'll say, the patient in 412A, whatever, that person has a broken tibia, broken knee. They are on these 3 medications. They get this every 1 hour, whatever. So they go over the protocol with the incoming nurse for the next 12 hours. So then that nurse now, when the old shift goes home and the new shift is now in place, that nurse, that CNA, the certified nurse assistant, they have a whole different rule mindset going on. So now they give you your pills differently. They ask you about your pain tolerance and levels in a different way. Sometimes they ask, sometimes they don't. So you have to, as a patient, I had to read, I had to get familiar with, okay, this nurse says it like this. This nurse does it this way. This nurse takes too long to give me my meds, whatever it is. And so I didn't like it. I wanted it to be consistent. I didn't care who the nurse was, who the CNA was, just be consistent. Give me that pill at the same time every day. Give me these pills at the same time every day. Don't make me give you my pain level. Some of the nurses gave us a big lecture. It's pain management. We don't want you to get in pain before you have another pain med. We want you to stay out of pain. So if you're asking for a pain pill and you're at a level 7, then that means these pills aren't working for you, and we better call your doctor again and redo your medication. I mean, it's like, oh, for corn's sake, just give me my. Then there were times like, this is so silly, but I didn't want a whole pain pill. I just wanted like maybe a Tylenol. I wasn't really hurting for a Percocet, but I really needed something to take the pain out of my arms from my OT and PT appointment that day, maybe. Well, they wouldn't give me a Tylenol. It's like, oh, it's not on your chart. You're not approved for Tylenol. What? I can take a Percocet, but I can't take a Tylenol? Well, we have to call your doctor. Well, then call him. And then like I had this, it's like Bengay, but it's called BioSil or BioCream or something. And because they're working with us on our arms, because we have to stay, am I even on? Yeah, I am. Because we have to stay so, they're trying to strengthen our arms so that when we use our walker and we use our crutches, we have the strength to do that. So, you know what? Not one person is watching me. I wonder what's going on. Oh, well. So I was busy, really busy working on, arm exercises, and my arms got sore. So I asked for some of that BioSil. Well, they would not give it to me because it wasn't on my chart. And so they said that the therapists have to agree to give it to me. Well, the therapist did give it to me when I was working with the therapist. But now that I was like 7 hours had gone by and I would like some more, please, they wouldn't give it to me. So it's not consistent, and that bothers me. And I know it's for safety reasons. I know it's to keep from people abusing medicine and all of that, but it does not serve their patient clientele well. All right. There's one more thing that I want to share with you, and that is, well, actually, I'm going to share it next time and then conclude with my observations for the nursing home and what to look for and how to make it a positive, and even more positive and healing experience for you. I think something's wrong because nobody's watching, and it could just be that nobody's watching. But all right, I'm going to hang up. P.S. I love you guys. I'm home, and it's good to be home.